5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
All right. You ready?
10
Transitioning in 3, 2, 1.
5 seconds remaining.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We got game number 2 here between Team Brazil and Thunder Predator. It's the BTS Pro Series Season 4, brought to you by none other than Monster Energy. You know what, Neff? I think I need a little bit of a pick-me-up. I think I'm ready for my second monster of the day. And you know what? I think I'm leaning towards Zero Sunrise. Let's go with the Zero Sunrise.
Dire team pick.
Oh no. Yo, yeah, it's very good. Tastes like orange soda, man. It's delicious. Big fan.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Wind Ranger at your service.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it ain't broke.
10
I believe
seconds
those
remaining.
words may or may not be correct.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, very nice. Well, okay, I gotta crack this bad boy open. I'm waiting. Brace your ears there, Neff. Get ready. Just never gets old. You know, and this time I'm mixing it up. I decided to try. I was recommended over ice, so we got myself a nice pint glass here. Not just any pint glass, the Dota 2 pint glass from my TI3 party. No, I went to a like viewing party put on by like some esports org in San Francisco. I drove 4 hours to go to a pub. It was literally in a bar in San Francisco because it was the only viewing party, and I drove to a bar and sat there and watched Dota 2 with a bunch of nerds and drank some delicious drinks through my new Dota pint glass. So nice. It was a great time.
Radiant team ban.
Timber saw.
Ten seconds.
Nice.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Sacred Special, man. He loves this hero. I'm gonna look back. I don't think it's been punished. They might have lost one game with this. Yes, they did lose one game of this against Sad Boys, but they knew that this Timbersaw was coming. They bait picked it and then responded with the Viper, Night Stalker, and the Clockwork. So he just had no game. I remember that. So this will. It has been pretty successful here on the main stage in general, but especially with Sacred. But they've lost a game. It's not untouchable. Enchantress.
Radiant team Dire team ban.
Yeah, it's classic.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
Yep,
remaining.
yeah, I feel you on that one. Is you know, I managed to get some food in me today. I was pretty happy. First time in a while I was able to get a lunch in. pretty crazy concept, I know. I'm sorry. It's not just any burrito, though. It's a cheese-wrapped burrito, remember?
10 seconds remaining. Dire team back.
Oh, yeah, that's a K-Kona for sure. Don't need to... Why put cheese on the inside of your burrito when it can go on the outside and make room for more filling, I guess. I don't know. Well, we have the bands out. One more here from Thunder Predator, and they're looking for their last hero.
Remaining.
They do have last pick of the game, first pick in this next group here, but
Dire team
Team Brazil, I'm assuming, showing both supports. We haven't really seen Tiny in the core position in a while. There was a moment when this hero was looking okay from like the mid or off lane, but it's pretty much been relegated to support since then.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Faceless Void.
It really is. Well, I love it. I mean, it worked out pretty darn well last game. The Phoenix is banned, so you don't have that synergy, but there's still plenty of heroes there, right?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, repping my university esports program. I had to wear my school jersey, yeah, from way back in the day. I saw you repping a jersey. I was like, all right, I gotta go put mine on.
Dire team pick.
Monkey King.
Yeah, it's true, huh? That is.
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Neff and I
remaining.
very different people off the screen, it seems. Oh, yeah. I've watched the essential animes, Neff. I've watched the essentials. Yeah, I know there's a few people that I recognize from the NA Twitch chat scene that would be very upset with me if I just started talking about anime. They would leave. Oh, no. I whenever I see them in chat, I and at them 100%. So,
Radiant team pick.
you know, I have no shame. There's the Enchantress. They deny pick it kind of, and this is so good against the Monkey King. Oh my goodness.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Uh-huh.
Dire team back.
So this yeah, I was gonna say that. I mean, I think the Viper here is like a must pick when you see these three heroes, right? Timbersaw, Faceless Void, Enchantress. This is
seconds
almost the
remaining.
same heroes we saw like yesterday picked into
5
Sad Boys, and they're just like,
remaining.
yeah, Viper seems pretty good.
Radiant.
So
team ban.
I don't normally see it as the 5. When it arose in collegiate Dota sometime last year. We would see teams running like a 4-position Viper more often, and then occasionally as a 5. But 4-position Viper became fairly common actually. They ran just a very
seconds
aggressive
remaining.
like kill off lane, something like I think what we saw a lot was
5
Axe
seconds
Viper, and they would
remaining.
max battle hunger, and then the support literally could not come to lane because they would just get battle hungered and Vipers and get like poison attacked and then die. So it was a really funny scenario, but
Viper twice this tournament. Only once was it intentional though.
never
You forgot,
forget
didn't
Hector
ya?
Viper. Never forget.
You can't predict the Viper earlier in the tournament. Kind of weird how he disappeared since
Yeah.
then.
You must have been pretty
he was
upset
a-
about that one.
Yeah, for anyone who didn't, what day was that one? And who were they playing against?
That was
Sad Boys versus Beast Coast. So December 9th, game number 1. If you haven't seen it, to be on the Summit channel. First game of the day. Hilarious.
that was a good one.
Yeah, not for Beast Coast, but for everybody watching. Hector had locked in the wrong hero and they were forced to play it
Team
out.
ban.
Yeah, I mean that's the tournament rules. You know, they're there for a reason.
Yeah.
Final bans coming in. They respect ban this Clockwork finally. Sladen, who has just done so much work on this Clockwork.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's what they plan on picking here. Again, you can flex
10
the
seconds
Wind Ranger.
remaining.
The Timbersaw could either go into the mid lane or the off lane as well.
5 seconds remaining.
In fact, I'm pretty certain it's going to be a position for Wind Ranger.
You think so?
Yeah.
Radiant.
I thought Wind Ranger for sure would go mid here. Into the Viper. It's not that. Oh, it's not even a mid Viper. It's an offlane Viper into the Faceless Void. So we've seen the offlane Viper numerous times, but I kind of just escaped my memory here.
That's the beauty of how Thunder Predator draft. I mean, they can change it up at the very last
10
moment. They go,
seconds
okay, well,
remaining.
you can just play the position for Wind Ranger now. We can pick up something that will absolutely
5
dumpster the
seconds
Storm
remaining.
Spirit. Not that the Wind Ranger will really struggle to do that to the Storm Spirit, but you can pick
The
up
Lena's
something even
banned
better.
though. That's the big one, right?
Yeah, at the laning phase, Lena does quite well against Storm Spirit. After the laning phase, it turns around on him though, because Storm Spirit can jump on the back line so easily.
So what do you want to take here? I mean, they went Faceless Void last game. He does have Ember Spirit, which is just
There's
No.
the Queen of Pain. It is a
And it's
style
Queen of Pain.
special. It is very good against the Storm Spirit. Not as good against the Viper, of course. If they ran the Viper mid after seeing Queen of Pain come out. Let's see it.
Skyrim.
Okay, they take a
Now select
Skywrath
your
Mage,
heroes.
so it's probably going to be the Wind Ranger.
yeah,
in
it's
the mid
gonna be
lane
Leo
after
style
all.
on Wind Ranger then.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you can't be too upset with. You have the Faceless Void Skywrath combo. I mean, that's always very strong. Anyone who gets chronoed likely to die now for sure. They don't really have a save besides the Undying Soul Rip. And then I guess King RD's natural magic resistance from the Viper, which, by the way, this Viper looks ridiculous.
It really does. We talked about this one yesterday. I told you it looks like some sort of mutated flying bug thing that has an oil spill on it, making it all glowing and shit. Sunlight hitting it. That's how it became like that one, right?
Yep.
As oil spill. Should it be safe, everyone, when you do your drilling? I'm interested to see how poor DR's performance on Storm Spirit's going to be. He said he's done an amazing job on Earth Spirit. Just being the one going in front of his team initiating. Costabile on this Monkey King, you think we'll see him go for a Battle Fury Aghanim Scepter build this game?
That's what I'm wondering, because I don't know what Monkey King's build this game is into the Faceless Void. You do need a way to deal with Windrunner. I guess you just have to leave that to the Storm Spirit going for an early Orchid, but then Storm Spirit's going in super deep to find her, and Costabile can't follow. So I'm not really sure. That's the thing that I'm worried about, is I don't know how this, there's not a lot of synergy here on Team Brazil's team, more of just like reactionary picks to what Thunder Predator was drafting.
Well, we'll
You weren't so damn
it's hard to say. I'd say I'd favor Thunder Predator, maybe not because of the draft, but because of the players here. I'm a Leo style fanboy, it's no secret.
That's fair. I know you are. I would say I'm a little bit favoring Thunder Predator. You are going to get crushed in this safe lane Faces Void. Like, he's not going to have the game he had last time. Okay. Are we done yet?
At least it's not as bad as an Arkosh game.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we are gonna see Faces Void up against the Viper in the offlane, which is very heavily favored for the Viper, and it doesn't really get better for Faces Void at any point. Like, you pretty much just can't lane. At some point, you just have to leave the lane and go jungle, or you have to swap lanes, and then you're going into a Monkey King bottom, which is not really any better. So I do worry for the Monkey King. In this game, you probably do go Battle Fury. Just based on the heroes here, you're not going to be able to like keep up on the Faces Void if the Monkey King has a good start, and the Battle Fury will make sure of that.
Yeah. This game, we are on the Brazil servers, I believe. Last game we were on the Peru servers, so bit of an advantage going over for Team Brazil.
The battle begins.
Ping is a pretty important thing. Just want to make sure everyone is aware of everything that's happening inside the game.
Actually, haven't put any points in the poison attack. Yeah, he might go for Nether Toxin 1, honestly, which I don't really blame him, because a lot of times you just turn this into lane push, shove the Faces Void under the lane, and then get an early level 2. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, you call him. Ricky, I mean, it makes sense to me. You're gonna struggle to do any damage. It's essentially just wasting mana if you go the first point in poison attack, right?
Yeah, so he just wants to shove the lane, basically, is it. They do get the range deny, so at least a decent start there. Enchantress obviously stealing a creep, and now Tiny has the ability to try and pull, or they can just play really aggressive with the Undying underneath the tower, and it looks like that's gonna be what they're gonna do. Just go for these decays and harass as much as they can and pull the wave.
I'm gonna die. Guashi is in the chat, manager for Beast Coast. I made the joke about Hector Viper. I'm already dead.
Oh god, you're done. He's never speaking to you again.
She is terrifying.
Oh gosh.
Mid lane, 4DR. Actually taking a lot of harass here. Has to be a little bit careful. Leo style will back up. Doesn't want to commit onto that. You're just walking directly into 4DR on this storm. Actually, he interrupts the salve. Ends up getting auto attack off on the way up the hill. Not bad. So 4DR is going to be a little bit more careful in this lane. You don't want to walk up the hill against the Storm Spirit, though. You can turn it around on you very fast. A lot of damage coming out from the Static Remnant and Overload.
They're going on to King RD here. The clap from the Stolen Tomato and a convenient bash sets up first blood for the Enchantress. They did block the hard camp here, right? But MJZ, I mean, he did see it, has to walk back over and go for the deny. Easy one for him as Thelacore, as he attacks quite a bit slower on that Tiny.
Yeah, tons of base damage that you have there, though. So first kill going the way of Thunder Predator. Going to be quite happy about that one on Enchantress. She can get herself some early boots properly. She becomes very annoying to deal with if she can get boots at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Just 320 base movement speed to begin with.
You're not going anywhere.
Quite easy for her to play around with the impetuses as well. In and out of these team fights. Mid lane is where I'm keeping my attention right now. Leo style is keeping 4DR pretty low HP. The bottle has come out on Storm Spirit now, so action will probably slow down a little bit after this quick exchange between the two of them.
Not gonna happen.
It's a pretty even lane. Oh, nice deny there from Leo style. But yeah, you're right. It should slow down a little bit. I think both of them are going to be pretty content farming. Like, Wind Ranger doesn't really have a lot of kill potential without a +1. Storm Spirit really susceptible to really supposed to be like bottom lane. I mean, he's got Boundless Strike in 2. He needs it to pull here, and he's not going to end up connecting on the creep wave. Instead, tries to find a kill onto Slade. And who's got boots, son? Yeah, in that gap, but a nice soul rip from KJ, the savior.
Not just that, the dodge there from the Mischief. I think he ended up dodging both the Arcane Bolt and the auto attack at the same time. It's a 0.2 second invincibility frame. Not bad.
And Kostabile now has Jingu. He's going to get level 2 Boundless Strike probably before he goes for this. Oh, no, he's just going to commit it anyway. Yeah, it's easy.
It's a bold move there by Costa Bele, opting to go for the kill there on Skywrath instead of just healing off the creep wave. But level 1 Jingu, or these early points of Jingu Mastery, they don't heal you for too much, so I guess they just thought it was a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah. He's just going to be able to zone out this Timber Saw pretty easy. It's definitely a like Monkey King favored lane. It was one of the original big counters to the Timber Saw in the off lane, and so Costa Bele, I'm surprised he didn't go for like an Orb of Venom. A lot of times we see Orb of Venom picked up when you have these favorable matchups on a hero like Monkey King, just so that you can stick on your target. But Sacred doing the right thing, getting a point of Timber Chain. Ooh, well, that's kind of expected.
Yeah.
Jerry missing a kill, but it's fine.
Jerry missing a kill is what was expected, everybody. But it looks like Enchantress ended up going down. Just the avalanche toss combination on top of being stuck in the Nether Toxin, hit with very low base HP and strength growth rate with Enchantress, isn't going to be able to survive that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I love how Thelacore, even though they denied the sentry there in that camp, so you couldn't block it, he's been able to body block it a few times. That camp hasn't really spawned anyway.
Yeah.
All right, but I mean, Faceless Void, despite it, I mean, we knew he was gonna have a hard time in lane. He only has 20 CS, which is a lot less than MNZ has had in previous games. But if I'm not mistaken, MNZ has been one of these players who has somehow managed to find an incredible amount of farm on nearly every hero he plays.
Yeah, the only issue with the guy is sometimes he just runs way too far forward in front of the rest of his team and plays it a little bit throwy, which is a widely known issue with this guy, and a problem even Thunder Predator fans have with him. I think he's an excellent carry player, and he'll find lots of farm, yeah, but he'll make these mistakes, and sometimes he won't end up saving for buyback. Just struggles to be on the same page as the rest of his team once in a while.
Yep. All right, it is so far looking pretty good. Storm Spirit having a decent time, level 6.5. We saw Leo Style about the same. He needs to get that javelin before he really has kill potential. Ooh, that's a feels bad fort. Well played there by 40R. Top lane is going to be an illusion rune picked up by the Tiniest. Both mid laners really wanted to pick that up, but not going to happen.
I think he actually should have left that there for the Storm Spirit, to be honest. Wind Ranger couldn't have committed far forward for it, otherwise he could have died to KJ and the Storm Spirit.
Oh, I mean, there was like
Sladen coming towards it?
Sladen or the Enchantress rotating over. They were pretty close, so we had to pick it up. But yeah, it's just another kill onto the Enchantress. Thelacore, King RD. I mean, they have more than enough magic damage to punish her every time she shows. And, you know, they did pick the Enchantress to maybe deal with the Monkey King. It's just not happening. Like, the idea is you purge the Jinx stacks every time you get them, but instead, putting the Enchantress in the safe lane, and it's not really doing well against this Viper Tiny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they just keep on getting blown up by that toss avalanche combo on top of another toxins, keeping them in place.
Looking for a toss? Nah. Dude, Skyvage is so fast. 590 390 MS mid lane, undying, caught by the focus fire. That's the first use of that with the javelin.
Yeah. A little bit slower than he would have liked on Leo style, but he did go for 9,000 bottle and a magic stick first. I usually want it by the time 6 minutes rolls around, so you can, you know, contest the rune. If anybody tries to grab it from you, you just focus fire them down. Getting the kill on KJ isn't that big of a deal, but it's a little bit of extra gold under your belt.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah, I
is
agree.
under attack.
Bottom lane, there's some action happening though. He's just gonna drop again.
Yeah, this is a rough one for the Enchantress.
And Sacred, he's forced to play a little bit further back until he figures out where Storm Spirit is. Yeah, the ward's got him out, so we can play underneath the tower, pressuring Costa Bele again.
Jumping into the tower. A huge play by Sacred. That was beautiful. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
Set up by that tomato clapping down that Monkey King.
40 damage from the tomato.
I mean,
oh my goodness.
And it wasn't just that. The fact that it was Enchantress's creep meant that it disabled any possible jump out. He got 2 points in the Primal Spring. He wasn't able to hop to a tree in order to evade this.
That's huge. I didn't think about it.
Yeah. It would have been a little bit trickier, but if you see the
Radiant's
Chakra coming
middle
towards you,
tower
you are
is
able to
under
get out. Unfortunately, he was disabled for a couple of seconds. Top lane,
Radiant
or the
are
mid lane
scanning.
rather. Sladen does going down to 40
Hit a
R.
DD rune, pretty good use of it.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well for himself.
Dire's
Just
top
the
tower
delay,
is
using that
under
primal
attack.
spring, trying to get some vision, but Enchantress, she's fast, juking around. She also sees KJ. They're gonna go ahead and TP in some boys, but they just throw your body at them. I suppose that's one way to do it. In comes the Hyper Strike onto the Skywrath Mage. Boundless Strike connects as well. 2 kills now for Team Brazil. You've managed to lose Rose to Belay once again thanks to this Timber Sod. He's just gonna clean up house here. Very strong KJ, you gotta be careful. There's these 3 points in the Timber chain. The triple kill for the Timber. A shackle onto the Tiny. They don't have the focus fire. But he's got a soul ring at the moment. If he wants to potentially chase, that's exactly what he's gonna do. Can he find Delacor? Ooh, baby. Power shot, Sacred. He just needs 10 mana, a toss to give him some space. He's gonna survive.
Yeah,
Inside of the fire, Leo Style has been found by
by
40R, but they don't have the follow-up damage, and he's gone too.
40 R pass it ball back to King ID. Easy TPs in just to top that one off. But Sacred, this guy is terrifying right now. All these points into Timber Chain. It's rare for you to see this one maxed out right away after the laning phase. They're turning to the high level this point in the game.
Almost might have just made a big mistake as he by himself and 3 heroes from Brazil waiting. And we talked, you know, how good Viper is just getting that Nether Tox on, preventing him from getting any spells off.
Yeah, and that is 1,000 XP going the way of the heroes on Team Brazil just for that one kill because that Timbersaw was so strong.
Oh, look what Storm found.
Beautiful. You'll love to see it. The Arcane Ring. Exactly what a Storm Spirit needs. Just like that, he's going to have an excellent time in this game. The kill onto the Timbersaw, the pickup of the Arcane Ring.
Finishing wins.
I mean, he's just going to pop off and get way ahead of Leo Style in the farm now. It's going to his mana, it's going to increase his damage. He'd be able to very quickly transition between the jungle and the lane here. He might chip out the tower with the catapult.
Another fantastic gank to the top lane. Delacor trying to get some space, but another Chakran comes in and an impetus, 30 HP, but a power shot from Leo Style, man. He's an op main, as you like to put it. This guy don't miss.
I'm glad you're picking up with that one, man.
I've watched Counter-Strike. It's a very entertaining game, despite the fact that I've never played.
I actually do not watch. I think I played like 3 times, embarrassing myself in front of very cool friends each time.
Oh, nice. I've played some Team Fortress 2 back in the day, though, so you know. Denied. It's about as much. That's about as much as my shooter skills go.
Yeah. It's weird that TF2 used to be the Zoomers shooter. Now it's the Boomer shooter.
It is indeed the Boomer shooter.
Storm Spirit's getting pretty close to his Orchid right now. Only 300 gold off. Once he gets that, I mean, it's gonna be incredibly easy to get on top of his Faceless Void and bring him down. This guy, all he's got going for him is this Masked Man, his Hand of Midas. Not gonna be able to fight back.
That is true, but he's not that far behind in net worth, right? Like, he's going to recover this pretty quick. Tread's going to be completed fairly fast. And, I mean, Faceless Void's Chrono is a pretty much death sentence to any hero on Brazil. In the jungle, they do find Enchantress once again. Spirit Vessel came out. Who has a Spirit Vessel?
That's
King RD finished it. All right.
Not a bad find, and they rotate just every hero up here on the top lane, looking to take this tier 1. They grab the tier 1 mid in response to that rotation there, which is a favorable trade.
It is indeed. Now, Spirit Vessel, this game, and we can talk about how solid it is. You have Enchantress, Faceless Void, and Timbersaw. Windrunner as well.
It actually doesn't reduce the healing from Time Walk.
It really doesn't anymore, really?
It never has. It's not healing. You go back in time. It works the same way as Sunder, Time Lapse, and Time Walk all work that way. They're unique with how they heal you. It'll go through Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast.
Okay. Well, the interesting thing, though, is that it is still a nice dot, which is something Faceless Void doesn't like to deal with, though, right?
Yes. He doesn't like to deal with dots because Time Walk, it stops burst damage. And also, he builds a lot of lifesteal, and late game he's going to have a Satanic. So being able to reduce his healing that way will go a pretty long way.
All right, Neff with the 5,000 IQ, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just those 3 abilities that do it. There might be another one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You know, game's impossible to follow, man.
Dude,
Nobody knows how it works.
I mean, if you're a full-time pro player, you can follow it. You know, that's true.
If only they never changed the game, then I'd be able to know everything what's in it. Unfortunately, these damn things called
League of
patches.
Legends, Neff, where the meta stays the exact same for 11 years. What are you thinking here?
Just 5.5 months.
Jesus, I don't know how people do it. I honestly don't.
5.5.
I'm not even. That's like not even like. I'm not even trying to be mean. I actually just don't get it.
That was a jab at Dota, by the way. We've been on 7.27 for 5.5 months.
Yeah, imagine if this was 11 years though, Neff.
Disgusting. Would not be able to handle that one.
Good stuff. All right, a 1,000 gold lead for Thunder Predator Faceless Void, sitting at the top of the net worth thanks to that
Radiant's
Mask of
bottom
Madness
tower is
Hand of
under attack.
Madness build. Boy, attack fast.
He really do. He's wait, what did he himself just now? Oh, I think he's just sitting out of a town portal scroll or something. No, his item's still coming. Where the hell's his courier?
Just delivered a moment ago.
Dire are scanning.
It's on the way back to base, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just getting back to the fountain.
Okay. He has less farm than I thought he would have. I guess
Dire's top tower is
6.9k
under
net worth
attack.
is not bad. Nice, in fact.
Yeah, very nice. I mean, this boy, he farm, he stack, but most important, Neff,
He attack. He's got Black King Bar on the way. He very much needs that. Again, he's a bit of a glass cannon right now, and Storm Spirit with his Orchid is probably making the Faces Void a little bit nervous. The Black King Bar is probably a bit more necessary than just a Manta style. Oh, tiny.
a little bit of engagement. Coach Belay holds that Wukong's command. There's no way to get over to where the Timbersaw is, so he's just gonna have to make some space, but just getting shredded by this vessel. It's just way too much. And now MNZ, he does have Chrono. Finally, Coach Belay gets a beautiful ultimate here, zoning out all of Thunder Predator. Slayton taking so much damage. The Faceless Void slowed by this Undying, and Orchid from the Storm Spirit. You gotta run, Faceless Void. He cannot escape. Goes to be gonna be the one to pick up that kill, holding Chrono for so long.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to get on the backline and not mess up any of his allies. Fight's not quite over yet. KJ just about to go down, keeping himself back up with the K's and Soros, but Kotabila's back in it.
Yeah, that's Invis into an Orchid. Very nice. 4DR setting up kill after kill. They do have Enchantress with these 2 points in those Nature Intendant, so I don't know how you actually finish that off. She's just going to be fine.
Yep. Just deworth the sentry as they turn around and leave. Going down on Leo style doesn't feel very good at all, and net worth and XP swinging back in favor of Team Brazil after that last engagement. Like you said, Faces Void is holding that Kerman Spirit too long. I think he wanted to be able to jump the backline, but he couldn't gap the distance. All he's got right now is these farming items that makes him a glass cannon in these fights, so Storm Spirit rushing that Orchid, paying off.
Yeah, he jumped over and like pumped the Chrono onto the Storm Spirit. I guess just didn't want to solo Chrono him because he was worried, and then he just gets silenced instead.
Yeah, we pointed out this was going to happen once the Orchid came online for Storm Spirit. The rest of the heroes here are a little bit harder to bring down, but everybody's going to be working on a BKB, I feel, in order to deal with this Storm Spirit. In fact, Wind Rangers, she doesn't have a recipe queued up, or is it on the courier?
She has BKB on courier.
No, but she's locked the Javelin, so it's not going to turn into a Maelstrom.
Yeah, she's
she's got the BKB recipe?
Yeah, she has money for that soon. Bottom lane to jump onto the Faces Void. He has no way out of this unless he chronos the time off. Gets off in time. Storm Spirit, he's can they make the rotation? That was the big question. The power shot offering all the assistance necessary. You know, they tried to burst down this Faces Void, but just not enough damage. And Leo style with a little drive-by shackle shot, as he doesn't have to bother looking at that one. But a huge turnaround there for the Faces Void, getting so much golden experience.
Yeah, and these kills on the Storm Spirit are very important as well. He was just like popping off 4, 0, and 3 before he died there, and sitting close to the top of the net worth chart. Monkey King is going to be an issue as well. I mean, he's going for that build that we talked about.
Ooh, they got the Timber. He gets the Timber Chain out, but a beautiful focus fire from the Wind Ranger actually allows them to continue taking this fight. Sacred, I mean, they have no more charges. Spirit Vessel's empty. They can't kill him unless you miss the Timber Chain. Sacred, oh no, as he just laughs himself away. MNZ in some trouble. Nice Orchid on the backside. Faceless Void's going to go down as a result. And it's a 2 good kills here for Brazil. The buyback from KJ seems to be pretty value. Leo Style forced to pop his BKB just after completing it. A nice toss in. Enchantress not where you want to be. A good shackle coming out, but there's just no damage left. Leo Style, no focus fire. Slayton might be in trouble. 40-yard chasing. Silence after time, but a great boundless strike into the Orchid. Thunder Predator lose 4.
Yeah, Thunder Predator, the fight started so good for them, but you know, just buying back in that team. The fight started so good for them, but just buying back into that team fight on the Undying, you know, realizing we're right under our tier 2 tower, we can re-engage here, and 3,500 XP going their way in that fight. Right now, they need their BKB so badly on the Faceless Void to be able just to continue their aggression here. So they need to find a little bit more space to farm, but Brazil's constantly taking the fight into them.
Yeah, this is the scenario where you have to be worried if you're the Timber Star. Like last fight, the only reason he didn't die so fast is because they ran out of Spirit Vessel charges, but you have this Atos now completed, and if they have any other form of control, Sacred's Yules is going to do much of anything, and he's still not even close to finishing it. Like he is pretty far away, which means this Timber Saw, he's not this like unstoppable front line that you want to have at this point in the game.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting to build up reactive armor stacks before he gets in these fights as well, right? Because he spent so much time going from target to target. Theo Lecor, Shackle Shot lands.
Ooh, there's no way out. Yeah, nice kill here by them. He's gonna eventually, yeah, there he goes. Sacred with the last auto attack, very easy.
He goes down. About the time lapse thing corrected by chat, thrown off. Interesting to me. My bad, man. My bad to everyone watching. It's the other spells that I mentioned do end up trading with stuff. Mid lane, Faceless Void gets gone. He doesn't have BKB. There comes the Orchid. He's just gonna drop again.
Oh boy, who has a clumsy net too? It's on Undying. So they have 2 forms of root with the Rod of Atos inside of this Feather Toxin. And Faceless Void without a BKB or a Manta is just food for this Brazil lineup. So the typical tier 2 trade for a Roshan seems to be what we're going to experience here. The Focus Fire bottom lane committed on the tower. They cut the creeps. But you're getting Aegis on over to Costa Bile's Monkey King, who does have the Ags Battle Fury like we predicted.
Yeah, this just farms so incredibly fast. I'm not exactly how it matches up to things like Meepo or Alchemist, but it is one of the faster farming things in the game. You just quickly walk beside a creep camp and then walk away, walk beside a lane and leave. It's also very good for taking towers too, just essentially multiple copies of your heroes whacking away at things. It looks like they want to take another fight here in Brazil.
Yeah, Windrunner in some trouble. She has to BKB that Soul Burn, and she does exactly that. Pops the Windrun, Glimmer Cape. Focus Fire just onto 40 yards. He's got no mana left. Leo Style turning around, but he does have the Wukong's command to try to help out. You lost Storm. You're going to get Sacred at least, but Leo Style, he's going to survive. Enchantress may not be so lucky. Another Glimmer Cape, but MNC, he gets a 3-man Chrono. They're going to try and finish these heroes off the Storm. Oh my gosh, the damage from Slade and on this Skywrath Mage. The BKB's doing some serious work, but they're running through these soldiers of the Monkey King. A beautiful shackle once again. Costa Bile, his first life, going to go down. MNZ and Leo Style showing up big in this fight. They buy up the Tiny, but I don't think it matters. A silence immediately, and that's going to be a huge win here for the side of Thunder Predator. Leo Style almost goes down again, but Thelacore will finish off MNZ on that Faceless Void, so the buyback completely wasted.
Yeah, but he saw that and thought, okay, I need to get back in there and save my Monkey King. Unfortunately, he just wasn't fast enough. He'll get a little bit of gold himself, but it doesn't end up I think that just barely covered the cost of the buyback itself, that kill. Not sure if that was worth it. It does put it on cooldown, and if they manage to take a team fight on Thunder Predator, they'll just be down for another 30 seconds. I mean, that was a much needed recovery there in that team fight from Thunder Predator. Brazil just taking fight after fight, and now Faces Void, now that he's got his BKB after that last team fight, I think if you get this MKB completed on Leo style, Stone Spirit's not going to be nearly as much of a threat. You'll also be able to burst down Monkey King regardless of him being in the Wukong's command or not, right?
Exactly.
You'll just walk right in when he pops it, hit him with that focus fire, activate your BKB and wind run, and blow him up. He's working on his MKB, which will significantly increase his damage and pierce through that wind run, but it's not done yet.
Delacour, with the help of the Viper, should be able to help bring down the Enchantress here. They have plenty of damage. He is healing a lot, but the Spirit Vessel is reducing it. Backside of the fight, they find Sacred. Okay, is the Enchantress gonna die is the question. A Shackle, a great ultimate, Tiny falling low, Soul Rip keeping him alive. He should be fine here. Power Shot not gonna connect. Where's this Timbersaw? Okay, he had to back Spirit Vessel to keep Delacour alive. Enchantress survived a lot longer than I thought she would.
I mean, that's something, I guess. Still does end up dropping. And yeah, Enchantress, she's just been a punching bag this game, right? Just kill after kill, especially what happened in the top lane there. She's making space for her team when she goes down like this, so you're not getting a whole lot out of these kills from Brazil. It's still not great for the Enchantress. Speaking of space, Wind Ranger's just about done her MKB.
Base. Oh, they caught Sacred once again. He has no way out. Cave gonna protect him. King RD in the middle of it. They're trying to just take down the Tombstone. They get the Soul Rip as well, but in comes 40R. The Wukong's command is there. You have to leave, but a Shackle off the Undying with the Focus Fire damage should be enough. He gets this Ghost Scepter off, but Slate, it's gonna amp his damage and the Power Shot right on the right on the money, dude. He just doesn't miss.
No, this guy, I'm not sure he should have committed the focus fire for the Undying there, but I think he was just trying to take him out of the fight. He would have gotten the Tombstone up and wasn't really that important. MKB is now complete though, so you're definitely going to want to save that for bigger targets now that you've got this one.
All right, Sacred said, screw the Euls, I'm getting a Lotus Orb, which I actually really like. I think this is the better choice here. He just disassembles his mana boots and then has it completed, so now it's a lot more difficult to bring him down.
Well, not just him, but you know, after you pop that beat, or after you have your BKB on cooldown Faces Void, that's where Storm Spirit's gonna hit with his Orchid, right? Yeah. Just being able to pop that Lotus Orb onto him, it'll turn things right around on the Storm Spirit, who doesn't have anything himself, so he won't be able to throw the Silence out on the Faces Void at all with the Lotus Orb. He's gonna need to build a BKB first on the Storm Spirit.
Top right now, they are just hunting for Costa Bile on this Monkey King. His smoke pops. Sacred knows there's someone here just trying to figure out exactly where, as he dives really far behind, and they will not be able to stop this TP.
Everybody grouped up. They're playing very tight now on Team Brazil. I imagine right now in Thunder Predator, they're probably more than happy to take a fight now that MKB has been completed on Wind Ranger, and your BKB still have a lot of charges, so probably smoke up in just a second here.
You have MKB done on the Monkey King as well, so I mean, these heroes, the Monkey King does a substantial amount of damage, especially inside Wukong's command if he's allowed to get a good one, and it's a pretty good spot to be. Honestly, this is a great tree to be hidden. They're just gonna bait it out. Coach Belay drops Wukong's command, but there's no one there quite yet. Can they get the Faces Void? He gets the time walk off the chrono. It's on to the Monkey King, however, trying to be kept alive with the sword. He's got the bonus armor. The Focus Fire is there. It's a disaster for Brazil as two go down immediately. No bash from MNZ, however. Gonna take him down. This Tombstone almost killing two. Oh, and the Monkey King soldier saying things that he's like, dude, chill out.
Yeah, it was actually entirely the Timbersaw's damage that Timbersaw and the Skywrath made. Just AoE damage blowing up that Tiny there, but Monkey King dropping so fast the MKB. We did talk about this one, despite the fact that he was inside the Wukong's command and had tons of bonus armor there. He just drops.
Dude, he did so much damage in that fight. Almost 3,000 more than the next closest. KJ found bottom. Yeah, nowhere you can go here at this point. Folks made it, of course, very easy for Leostar to find a kill. Neither did Thunder Predator not get an Ironwood tree. Man, this would have been a great Ironwood tree.
Yeah, I mean,
wait a minute. Storm just died bottom.
I'm not sure.
to
Silenced by
Skyrath. I mean, he just
Skywrath
dies
mage,
to Skyrath. He has
Skyrath
no
just
defense
sitting
items.
behind him. So focused on the that we missed the big kill there. Shout out to our observer Jerry. By the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Storm Spirit, he had no defense item. This is why the Lotus Orb pickup was so important on the Timber Saw rather than going for that Yule Scepter. Just drop that onto his Face's Void, and you can't commit onto him with the Orchid at that point. You need to build a BKB first. So discussing that before this last team fight. Another reason why this pickup is so... Wasn't sure exactly what they were doing at the start of that last team fight, by the way. They just kind of dropped the Lotus and put it on cooldown on the Face's Void before the team fight started. I think they tried to bait that fight, and they did so successfully.
Yeah.
It was very close to him going down, though.
He really was. He doesn't have his courier alive, so his MKB not going to be coming any soon. But I mean, you have an MKB coming out on the Face's Void, which that's so much chrono damage. There's no way anyone survives a chronosphere with the Face's Void MKB beating into you. And not to mention the Skyrath Mage, you know, Mystic players have been doing incredible work this game. He's working on an Aghanim Scepter now, so multi-hero chrono is just that much better.
Yeah. MNZ, he's got his he's got the MKB completed, or just about completed. His courier is unfortunately dead, so it's going to be another minute before it actually gets sent out to him. And Roche, 2-minute respawn timer, a little bit longer. We'll have to wait a little while before taking this next fight. And so they're just playing very tight together until courier comes back up to the Face of Void. He's able to send himself at his MKB.
Timbersaw got a craggy coat. That's
Pretty good find.
That feels so good. His base armor is like over 30 now between the craggy coat and the Lotus Orb.
Yeah, he's going to be building himself. He's another Lotus Orb queued up for some reason. That's because he disassembled his mana boots, right?
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't queued anything up since. He might go back for the Yules, but I would really like to see. I mean, you could go for a Shiva's or a Vanguard, but
Radiant structures are
Shiva's,
fortified.
Vanguard, both
Bloodstone's
pretty
also really good. I'm just thinking like,
Heaven's Halberd also give you
Monkey King Blaine gets shackled. He just dies. Oh, that's what you were talking about. The damage that eventually comes out from this Wind Ranger, and she just gets 2 quick kills basically for her team. They're gonna keep chasing KJ. A low ground, the other car gonna get the TP out, but Leo style, this arcane rune giving him so much cooldown reduction onto the shackle shot. Can he get in range? He gets KJ as well, and another focus fire double kill for Sacred. Top lane, Chrono whiffed as he's trying to find the Storm Spirit, so not ideal there for the Face's Void, but overall a huge win for Thunder Predator once again.
Roche respawning in another 30 seconds now as well. The heroes are going to be back up, but if you scout this one out and you start attacking it right away, you maybe just be able to take it down before Monkey King is able to get into the... Having MKB completed both on the Face's Void and the Wind Ranger means you're going to take it down very quickly. And they grab tier 2 tower on the top lane, so even harder to potentially take a fight in the Roche pit here for Team Brazil now. And it feels like they're getting all the tools they need in order to close out this game now, looking stronger and stronger at each one of these team fights.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what we said. You know, Thunder Predator's draft seems like a better draft once again. And, you know, even though you managed to get the Viper pick into Timbersaw, which we saw do incredible work previously, Sacred, he's not as squishy before, and you have so much follow-up damage or just initiation damage between Leo Style and MNZ. So even if you commit onto the Timbersaw, you're going to lose people in the process. Roshan falls, you get Aegis on the Void, Cheese on your Wind Ranger, and another arcane rune to boot with her Ag, so that focus, or the Wind Run cooldown, super low mid lane shackle isn't going to connect, but Timbersaw in some serious trouble himself, able to reflect that Viper strike. He's going to die. Leo Style has his BKB pop. Yule's going to protect Delacor, but they are not ready to fight because Face's Void blew that Chronosphere in the top lane. They're too afraid.
Yeah, BKB's on cooldown for Leo Style as he tried to commit onto the Tiny there. Unfortunately, the Yule Scepter just saved himself and couldn't stick around. The Arcane Rune, so it's only on cooldown for the 20 seconds now, though.
Delacor did not toss back that shackle, however, once again, and the focus fire was still there. Oh my goodness, but another pick off onto this Enchantress. You got, I think that the question is, Brazil is too scared to engage on Faces Void or Wind Ranger, right? Like, these heroes are very hard for them to burst down.
Dire's
Yeah,
bottom
I mean,
tower is under
at this
attack.
point, now that they've got their BKBs completed, it's too hard. Your Orchid was a great pickup at the start, but since then, you haven't really
Dire's bottom tower
built anything. You got the Bloodstone done at 33 minutes into the game, but it's just not enough.
Oh my god,
Beautiful
another
shackle
great
there.
shackle. They're gonna be able to just take down King RD here on this Viper. Couple auto attacks and a power shot. I mean, they're just chasing hero after hero.
Yeah, you need more mana right now on Wind Ranger, though. Unfortunately, only getting like 7 a second. All these spells this often, and you're gonna have to start like,
You just go.
staring at a bunch of
Yeah.
mangoes.
Oh, Boots of Travel though. So that's sick. One of the things that works really well is Wind Run unlocks your move speed. So you're now running around at 590 ms on
820.
Wait, what was it?
820.
Oh, so it's just a broken. Okay. Well, it's just
Yeah.
broken then. Why is it broken for me? I don't understand. I was like, that's way faster than 590.
Yeah, it's been broken multiple times for you the last few days.
Ooh, they
Under attack.
managed to catch Windrunner, but you know, Windrun, very low cooldown, shackle shot onto the Undying, just a few auto attack. Leo style is feeling himself at this point. Ooh. Oh, goes to Belay. It cuts the tree next to him. He's probably sweating after that one.
You're not going anywhere.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
12, 1, and 15 now on Leo style, having the time of his life. And they can't approach this triangle. They can't approach anywhere close to Leo style. I mean, if he gets vision of you, he's just gonna be able to run you down.
Yeah, Boots of Travel are just broke for me. Like, he actually just says he has 290 ms because Boots of Travel don't show up. And so as a result of that, all the calculations for Windrun is way off.
Yeah, he definitely says that he's got 400 for me. You had this issue yesterday on the Viper Apprentice. At the same time, I wonder what that one's all about.
Just Boots of
Might
Travel
wanna-
are bugged in lobby, I guess. I don't know. They go on in on the Faces Void, trying to bait some spells. Closing the gap here under the cover of Invis. Doesn't look like they want to try for a fight quite yet. Don't want to dive in too far. Obviously, they have the advantage with just the Chronosphere itself. Supposed to be up on the high ground. I would expect Sacred to like cut down some of these trees.
He doesn't have the most mana in the world. Unfortunately, didn't build a Bloodstone this game himself, only 10 per second, so doesn't want to go too crazy. Throw his spells on cooldown and waste all of his mana.
He did go back for the Shivas though, like we thought, in the really good pickup this game. It allows you to scout pretty easily. Coach Billy just drops the Wukong's able to stun up as soon as they go into BKB from the Faces Void. He gets the chrono off. So much of the damage Monkey King just melts to that Mystic Flare damage. And on the high ground, Leo style is just chasing down King RD. Doesn't care. The wind runs are just too much. 3 heroes dead. You only lose the Enchanter. 2,800 damage from that fire. According to the arc. Oh, goodbye. That Timber Saw just destroyed that Undying in mid lane. You got 2 catapults still alive. She's still available. The Aegis is as well.
Yeah, for another 4 or 5 seconds here, and I don't think there's anything they can do. No buyback on any of these heroes here. They're just gonna be able to take down 2 sets of rack. Nothing they can do about it. I think Undying at the very least will be back before they manage to get a third, but Storm Spirit, even with him defending, it's not enough. He can't shove out all 3 of these lanes that happen to be pushed in.
Windrunner's about to just destroy this Tiny's hopes and dreams. Oh, he gets the blink off.
Are under attack.
All right, he's fine. It's just space.
Radiant's
Leo
middle
style
tower
just
has
ran
fallen.
the gauntlet all the way around the map in less than 30 seconds. So, who needs Bloodseeker when you can just play with Ranger like this?
He's just popping Windrun for the fun of it as he was dancing around the tower there. Oh no, there's no defensive items on Storm Spirit. You're gonna pay the price yet again.
Nice toss out the save from Thelicor. He's gonna get punished for it, but Storm better tip his boy for that one. Jeez.
He lived to see another day. It cost a Theolicor's life.
I mean, Leo style is just dominating. 14-1 and 17 Sacred throwing his body at them. Goes to Pele. Has Wukong in command. Could potentially set up something here on the tower. I think they know if they're pinging it out.
Tower has fallen.
Question is, will they go for it?
It's so hard to fight into this. I think that I'm not sure what they're waiting for at this point. I mean, you're slowly losing all of your buildings. The Aegis has expired. Cheese is gone too.
No, Jesus on Sacred.
Oh, Timber saw they pass it over.
Yeah, he's just sitting on the front line taking damage. They figured, you know, why not? He has a Minotaur Horn, so as a second form of perk, there's going to be the Wukong's command. A great 2-man stun, but your Storm, he's just dead immediately, forced to buy back, and there's going to be the Viper. MNZ just doing too much damage, and another Shackle into Focus Fire. The GG is called. Thunder Predator take it 2-0 over Brazil on the back of this Wind Ranger and Void. And they just killed it.
Team Brazil, is all of a sudden struggling. Thunder Predator looking very good. They have these days where they fall off and these days where they absolutely pop off. MNZ was a little bit shaky on the Faceless Void, ended up going pretty heavy in the farming items and died because of it, but Leo's amazing game out of him on this Wind Ranger. Started up a